There we are.
All right, the boys in their bones. Welcome to BB3 TV on a Sunday.
On a Sunday.
Wow,
We
already
have
got
Couldn't think
4
of
people
anything better
watching.
to do. We couldn't think of anything better to do.
Yeah, here we are.
Matter of fact, today is we're just going to be bullshitting with you. Parental advisory. Did you put that up, Tom? Especially it's up there.
It's
But
up
it is definitely
over
parental
here.
advisory. Nighthawk, what's happening? He's a big supporter of the shows. We met up the night on Dustin's show. Nighthawk, thank you for being here. We're actually just bullshitting a little bit, hanging out, talking ideas of BB3 TV. And in the back chats, Dustin was talking, like Tom's been saying for a while. BB3 TV has become more of a paranormal network. Now, we don't want that.
Well, no, you see in the byline, and it says you're home for variety entertainment. And not that we're knocking the people that we have by any means. We love every one of you. Everybody that's a part of BB3, everybody that is a content creator, everybody that's a follower, you comment, you watch our stuff. We love all of you for that.
Yeah, everybody's appreciated for sure. And I can speak from my own show. But, why I brought this up, I mean, it was because, look, I'm kind of the odd man out in the network, right? I'm the guy who comes in and talks politics or, I'm talking things that are literally off the cuff. I'll talk conspiracies. I'll talk about, assassinations. I'll talk about 9/11. I'll do all kinds of things, which is completely, against the grain for what you guys generally are becoming known for. So my show off the cuff is kind of the it's the third wheel in the relationship.
Well, what we could say is this is within BB3 we said no politics, right? We all said that from the start.
That's
it
right.
divides people. However, though, with variety, I don't want to feel that off the cuff is being chained. So
right. Well, see, look, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. No, I'm saying anything can be done classy, but in a way, politics these days need to happen, and I think it's healthy for a network to have it with a show. And you're the right guy to do it. You're actually running for a seat too, as you said, and you have a lot of knowledge that you're not going to come across in a biased way. You know what you're talking about as you speak. I'm okay with this now, and I want the comments to come in and say, "Hey, we're okay with this too," and that it's not being divided.
Right. Well, look, just to reel you in just a little bit, I have not made an official announcement on running for any seat just as of yet. I am interested in running. I'm doing my diligence on that, but I have not officially announced for any seat or anything like that. But I am definitely interested, and I care about politics. I care about public service, and I'm going to kind of be going down that road. In regards to talking about politics and my show, the content that and how I talk about it. What's you saying down here? Expand on program content about Crystal and Joseph program. Yeah, that's a good idea. I don't like the dirty side of politics, and in the future when I do decide to run for any type of political office, the platform that I will run on is a platform of talking about unity. One of the things that we really have gotten away from in this country is being a unified people, working together to, create solutions instead of being assholes and fighting against each other. And, I get so tired of this left, right politic bullshit. Yes, I have conservative views, but I also have, I have some Democratic, as a, people think most Republicans or conservatives don't care about the environment, which is completely false. I mean, just as an example, I do care very much about the environment. I do care that, big business shouldn't be put on a pedestal over, the wealth of the middle class or even the lower class. These people, we're all Americans trying to make it in a very difficult time. And when what focus really should be shifted away from, I hate you because you're a Democrat, I hate you because you're a Republican, or I hate you because you're Donald Trump and you put out mean tweets. But, let's talk about that for a second. I'd rather have mean tweets right now than children in the Ukraine living in shelters, because we don't have a strong enough president to stop that from happening. But
and in my opinion with this, it seems the world is all about social media. So, they say things about Trump, they false things that they don't really know the knowledge behind, not just about Trump, about Biden, everybody, but like they put in their political knowledge without actually having proof and statistics behind what they say. Everyone's so easy to say fuck Trump and shit like that without having proper knowledge about like what he was trying to fix and shit like that. Like even say Biden too. Like, you know what it's nothing against. You just got to find the true balance of what they're doing and talk about the subject with knowledge instead of just saying fuck this and fuck that for everything because you're a Democrat. You're a fuck you because you're a Republican. That's not fair.
It's not, you know, and it's taking away from what really has to happen. Okay, politics in general has gotten away from what it's supposed to be. Our nation's founders, the guys who really built this thing up, they were brilliant people. They wrote certain things into the Constitution in protections for this very reason. Okay, and what happens is government's supposed to remain small. You know, it was their intention that, you know, you went and Congress did what Congress had to do, then Congress went back and did their job. They farmed their ground. They did their whatever their careers were at the time. Okay, politics was not their life. Now you have these overpaid politicians, career politicians who've been in the business for a long time, who have really accomplished nothing. And what does that do for the average person, you, me, or anybody who could possibly be watching? It doesn't do a damn thing. So what we need are people like grassroots people like myself. Okay, granted, I don't have a name in politics. Okay, I understand that. But what has to happen is people like me, smarter than me, okay, more educated than I am, but step up and really put themselves in the line of fire, you know, in a public forum, in a public fashion, and make their voices heard. And it really, this is a good platform to do something like that. This is a good platform for that. But again, when I came on this network, it was, hey, let's not talk politics. When you guys brought me in, well, that's what I was doing. So, I mean, for me to stay on the network, I kind of had to change my direction a little bit. And in a way that kind of took me away from what I do and what I'm very good at. You see what I'm saying?
So let's not do that again. Let's not do that again. Let's bring off the cuff and let's make Dustin, because this is healthy talk. And I see comments in here saying, hey, we love talks like this. You know what? Because everyone's got the same shit on their mind too. You know what? And this is where you can put your opinions in too. And you know what? You could be negative and you could be positive. This is all opinions.
Sure it is. You keep in mind too, the world is going through a very difficult time.
Yes.
Okay. And yes, being able to separate yourself a little bit from the reality is a good thing. It's good to be able to go somewhere and be like, I don't have to hear politics here. That's great. But you also know that my show airs at Saturday at 8:00, which, by the way, guys, I'm going to talk about a complete time change. I want to get off the Saturdays because I want to be doing something different during the weekends. I want to be doing my history talk Battlefield Tours thing.
Yeah, you know, Friday's available too because we're not coming back.
Friday's available.
Yeah, you can have Friday nights if you want.
I want Friday night at 8:00.
You have it. Done deal.
All right. There you go, guys. You heard it here first. Friday night, 8:00 p.m. is the new time for Off the Cuff.
That's starting this week?
Starting this week.
Okay.
I don't care if I have a guest. I have to reschedule last night's guest because I wasn't here. I had a little bit of an issue. But I'm going to reschedule him.
Gretchen, no worries.
And then I'm going to bring Rob Gibson back on. He is on the freaking coolest trip. You guys are going to love this. He was a guest before. He's driving around the United States of America in a freaking like 1938, truck. He's living out of this truck. He's got a bed. It's the coolest thing ever. If you guys don't, if you haven't done, go check out Rob Gibson on Facebook. I don't know if he's got any other pages. Do a search, track him down through my page. You want to see what this guy's
doing, so everyone can see him if you have time.
What I'm going to try to do is actually, you know what? I'm going to bring his ass on. Rob Gibson should get some time on this network because one, he's really good at what he's doing. He is really, I mean, he's driving this thing around, and he's a tintype artist, so he's doing photography.
Let him do it live as he's driving and shit everywhere. I mean, this is content we want. That's not paranormal. That's like new material. Yeah. This is what we want on BB3 TV. This is why we're here right now talking.
And he'll do it, and he'll do it. I'll reach out to him here once we get done with this live, and we'll do it.
See, and appreciation goes. You see Gretchen right there, Nighthawk saying this is 100% what was needed. And we're gonna fall into place here. All the puzzle pieces will fall into place, and we'll make a better network here.
If we bring him on, guess what? It's not paranormal.
I know. No, bring up William again. Anything he says, because he's always here for us. So let's see what he has to say. William's part of us. Drum Center. Then I ask you all to describe the drum. We all see the drum in a different way.
Yeah, we can all agree it's a drum.
I love it.
I like that analogy.
Great. Holy shit.
That's great. That's what politics should be. That's what politics should be.
I wanted Nighthawk to have a show here. I brought that up that night. You also had your friend that night on the top screen that, could possibly have a show. So, Dustin, do your part of bringing people in. Nighthawk, you have an opportunity to be with BB3 TV. Not that you're not family ready, because you're always here. But if you have an idea that you want to show, I know Tom, myself, and Taryn can make that happen. Promise you that.
Word. That cool.
Right. But look, getting back to the basics here. I follow current affairs. Like I follow politics. And I enjoy keeping up with it. Right now, we're living in a time where Vladimir Putin has for whatever reason just decided to overrun the Ukraine. I should be talking about that. I should be having conversations about that during my show. Having time to prepare for that. But
I've
things
seen
like that are what people need to be connected to.
This morning I woke up at 3 a.m. So all my broken-hearted friends in the Ukraine, not knowing about their families and shit like that, brother. Like they said I stand with Ukraine. You know what? Mm-hmm. I know these people personally. I've met them, and I fucking feel bad for them. That's bullshit. What's going on? It is.
Yeah, it is. When people ask why does he even want the Ukraine? I mean, it's just honestly, it's natural resources. Really, what it comes down to, there's a lot of natural resources there. I can't sit here and spit the facts. I haven't looked at the numbers recently, but it's natural resources.
I've heard stories about soldiers in the Russian army actually derobing themselves, saying this is wrong what we're doing.
Mm-hmm. And there's soldiers protesting. Yeah,
it's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going to happen to them. What are they going to be fucking tortured and shit for leaving the army of Russia? But
it's not something that's good to do.
Right.
In Russia.
Right. And I feel bad for them. I mean, I'm not going to say no names on there and shit like that, but when I see their posts and shit today, and you can see the sadness in them, because we're not invaded. We don't have bombs and shit dropping on us. We don't have to worry about fucking bullets. Right. Exactly. We don't have to worry about bullets and shit flying past us right now, as you said, not yet. But, can you really feel it in their hearts as they're typing this morning? Can you really feel it in them? Like, they're worried, like they might not make it through the night. How the fuck is that even? How is that even humanly under God itself okay?
It's not okay, and that's a tagline that I've used on Off the Cuff for since I started. It's not okay. Hashtag that shit. Hashtag it's not okay, because it's not. It's really not. This is in the same look. I sound like Biden right now, stuttering, but in this day and age. In this technologically advanced day and age, when everybody is connected by the internet, okay, why can't we literally have a Zoom conference, with world leaders and come to a solution diplomatically, without this, degrading into the threat of nuclear war, which is now what this has come to, because Putin won't shut his big fucking mouth, and they have,
threatening nuclear war. Don't they have like one of the most nukes in the world? Like they have the most nukes, Russia, and then
they have the most. Yeah, they have the most nukes.
In space, in space we have bombs floating above Russia, right? Like, don't we have nukes and shit floating above Russia just in case that shit needs to be dropped? I mean, that's fucking disgusting when you think about it. To have a fucking a weaponry that's needed, like, no one should even think about that. Everything is not peace on Earth. It never will be. There's all
no money in that.
Greed and shit anymore.
There's no money in peace. Patricia, I feel for you. Your daughter-in-law. I feel for you in that situation.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
I'd be terrified. But look, there's, try to look at something. There's greener pastures here. God willing, okay. The world is paying attention to this. Okay, the world is paying attention to this. And look what Elon Musk just did. Okay, he gave them Starlink satellites so that Russia could not cut them off from the world.
Right.
As he said he will do.
I respect Elon Musk, man.
Look, we need more people like him in the world. He might be a very eccentric kind of out there kind of dude, but you're talking about a billionaire who has dedicated his entire life to creating a better world for the human race. Okay, we're not talking about just one guy trying to expand his wealth. If I'm being honest, I think Elon Musk would give up his billions of dollars if it would mean that the human race could benefit from it.
I'll be honest with you here. I think if he ran for president, I would vote for him and I would have his back 100%. He's trying to expand the human race to another fucking planet. He's doing his best. He lives in a tiny house with all his money and works in these fucking plants because his life is going to end at some point. You understand?
Yeah.
He wants to make sure his life is helping humanity. He sleeps on a fucking mat in one of these SpaceX places. He's drains the same blood we do. He cares about everything he's accomplishing in life. Elon Musk, I mean, this man, he's gonna apply a new generation something so much more. He's technically making us aliens on another planet, and we're gonna expand to the universe. That's what he's trying to do. I commend that dude.
No, it's a great thing. It's a great thing, but we're decades, century. Who knows? We're a long, long way from colonizing Mars. But the fact that steps are being taken, to do that, it's in an effort to save this planet, to keep us from destroying the amazing planet that we do live on. And again, back to me running, what my platform would be, and I do feel that somebody with a strong enough personality, who is articulate enough, who is passionate enough, can literally come in this office and make a positive change, whatever off Congress, the presidency of the United States. It doesn't matter what it is. You realize that anybody is basically eligible to become the president of the United States, as long as you don't have a criminal history. You know what I mean? There's some certain criteria, U.S. born, things like that. But you need fresh perspective, and you got to have somebody that comes in there who is a scholar of the Constitution. Okay. The Bill of Rights, who knows the law in and out, and who understands that when the framework of this country was put into place, it was not so that we could be, these oligarchs and people who are commanding, obedience from our people. That's not what politics is supposed to be. Okay, right. Politics in this country, it's supposed to be about freedom. Okay, it's about you being able to do whatever you can do to take care of your family.
Sure.
Okay, and help somebody else. Okay, and then go back to doing what you have to do. All right, take care of the United States first. Protect the United States first, and then we help our allies. That's what needs to happen.
Dustin. We're always helping somebody else, and we have so many homeless on the streets and shit, dude. I mean, you see it as I see it.
It pisses me off. Okay. Listen, let's be honest about one thing, though. There are scammers out there. Sure. Not every homeless person is homeless it's out there because they're truly homeless. They know that they're preying on people who are kind. That's not everybody. There are people that have had very dire circumstances. And what really upsets me is we have a United States government right now who can authorize billions and billions, trillions of dollars for some bullshit study. Okay, right. About sea turtles. Now, listen, I'm not saying it's sea turtles are important. Okay, they're important to the ecosystem. Yeah. All kinds of that. I'm not taking anything away from that. But you can spend trillions of dollars on that, but you won't give a fucking dime to a homeless veteran to help him get better. A guy that served this country.
Dustin,
really pisses me off.
Something that pisses me off for years. All right, so food stamps and shit. I'm okay with it, right? If you need help. I had many friends back in the day out in California and shit who had a decent job, making good money and shit, right? But they still got food. I mean, the government never checked in. They were getting like fucking almost $900 a month in food stamps while making a decent pay at home. Like they could afford their own food, like, but they did it and they kept getting away with it because they could. They took advantage of the system. And those were friends of mine. I'm just like, dude, you shouldn't do that. You're taking away from everyone else that, you know, who can't eat and shit like that. So the system is fucked within that shit. Like people take anything for free and keep getting away with it. You know what I mean? Like if I was in charge, I don't know how I would approach that situation, but like, yes, food should be available to anybody, but there should be, you know, check-ins, you know, if you have a job and shit like that, like it should be monitored somehow.
Which should be easily done, having the internet and wireless phones, and you know, well, I feel old. I just called it a wireless phone instead of a cell phone.
You just dated yourself, Tom.
I really appreciate William Nighthawk. My people haven't been free since 1492, but we have a spirit that cannot be broken. You are goddamn right. Truly.
Yeah, and look, I've talked to some of my friends who are Native, and I've told them one of the things that I care about is you know, giving something back to, you know, the Native population in the United States. So a lot was taken from them. You know, it's a slippery slope. I don't know enough about, because I have not immersed myself in that lifestyle. I have not been on a reservation. I can't speak to this with personal experience. So, but the things that I do care about, you know, I feel that there's something we've got to be able to do. I don't care if it's just bringing awareness, okay, but letting the native people know and realize that you are in my mind, you are on my radar. Right. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but you're on my radar. We're gonna figure something out.
It's got something's got to happen.
Okay. Well, part of the problem, I know one of the big things on reservations, you get a lot of you know, bodies that turn up missing. You get children that come up missing. Hey, T,
join in. Send her a link if she wants to jump in. She's
just getting done a show. She may not want to come on.
I'll try. Come out there and you could be here. Send her a link. We're talking. We're not talking shit. We're actually talking real stuff. And you got a lot. Taryn's got a lot to say about the subjects too. So, yeah, Dustin, the awareness, man. Here's the thing. I don't think enough is even being taught in school anymore about, you know, Native American. And I'm gonna say it, you know, pretty much. I don't think it's being taught in school. And these fucking kids are not listening either. Like, it's just horse shit what they teach in school. There's no more school books. No one's reading. Everyone's worried about social media and all this type of shit. So everyone's losing history. These kids today, I'm going to say it. I think they're a bunch of fucking dumbasses today. And I hate to be alive in 40 more years or whatever the fuck when one of them are going to be president. I can't stand none of this youth anymore.
History
It is a scary situation. What were you going to say, Tom?
History is important. I mean, thus you get like Dustin's passion for the whole Gettysburg thing with the history of that. Me with the general history of the surrounding area here in Philadelphia and Bucks County. That I'm not making as many videos as I once did, but the videos I am making, I'm trying to give as much history as I can, so I can not only document the history on the videos, but so I could teach people, because there's things I've learned about doing this I had no idea about.
Sure.
I mean, just names of streets, even like they were all people that lived around here at one time. Sure. This was here in far northeast Philly. This was all farmland, and it was important farmland at the time.
That's right. You know, and look, people are disconnecting. You know, it's so easy to just pick up your device and get lost in your device.
Right.
You know, but look, education reform is what has to happen. Okay, be creative. Elon Musk is perfect for this. All right, technology is a beautiful thing and it can help you learn. You know, but instead of teaching history out of a textbook, you know, let's start getting people out to the battlefields. We've got really, really educated people. Like Gettysburg's not far. Okay, yes, for some folks it's on the other side of the country. I get it, but go to a battlefield and listen to some of these really super smart battlefield tour guides. Get hands-on, get your feet on the ground, put your damn cell phone in your pocket. If you bring it out, other than to take a picture or two, you're going to hear from me. You know, but you know, change. There's got to be some reform the way we're teaching the kids. Everything is changing except the way we do things in the education system.
Mm-hmm.
You know, no, it's not to say that's everybody, but there's a lot that can be done to change that. And one of the things that I'd love to be able to do is come up with a group of people who are in the education system. Say, look, let's talk about this, guys. You tell me as educators what you want me to do for you. And I'll do everything I can possibly do to make that happen, with whatever power is given to me. And we owe that to our generations, our future generations coming up, to take over the reins.
I feel like field trips need to be involved in more schooling now. I feel like they should go on reserves, learn the way, of farming and shit, like, how everything was done. Like it's all taken away. Of course there's ag in school, but like, that's not everywhere. I mean, this is shit where everyone's like, they're learning on TikTok. They can make $100,000 fucking dollars. But like the country's being destroyed right now with just everything. Like no one wants to work anymore. We need farmers. We need fucking truckers. We need everything to like still supply. Like it's not being taught anymore. Like schooling, what do they teach in school anymore? Well, honestly, what do they do? Because like fucking the social media books, what I saw was a tablet that had 9/11 in the fucking thing. I was there for 9/11. The planes fucking hit while I'm in school. And now that's in history books.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck did I learn?
Our generation, we could tell you, everybody could tell you where we were and what we were doing when 9/11 happened.
I was sleeping.
I was playing a game called Slingo on the computer. I had off that day.
Oh, yeah, I played Slingo.
I used to love that game
on AOL.
Yeah. Slingo
it's still
was
out there. It's on Facebook now too.
CRT.
It's different there, right?
Yeah.
What is a CRT? CRT sucks. Not a good program.
I gotta go out for us on that. Yeah, send that
to us for us, Nighthawk. But listen. Politicians have gotten away from listening to what the people want. Okay, we're representatives of the people. What do the people need? What can we do to improve the people's lives? Okay, improve the security of the people that we are sworn to protect. And we're getting away from a lot of that. Look, I was on January 6th during the insurrection. I was there. I was boots on the ground, and I saw things that I cannot explain. I can tell you that with my two eyes, I saw DC police pull back gates and allow people to slowly. And I'm telling you, they walked slowly up to the back mezzanine of the rear of that Capitol, and then all of a sudden we're getting gassed and bombed by these guys, and then it just degraded from there. But I could tell you that Donald Trump, and I heard it with my own ears, he did not tell us to go down there and do anything wrong. Okay. He literally said, we're going to go down there and we are going to peacefully protest, and have our voices be heard, so there are some shady things that happen there. But at no point was that an insurrection. But again, this is the mainstream media. 1 second, Dom, this is the mainstream media. Okay. And this is where, a huge reform has to happen. And I do think, I think, you should really be held accountable if you're spreading bullshit lies to the American public where there's no laws against it. Okay. Freedom of speech basically means you can do and say whatever the hell you want. Okay. There's nothing that says you can't bullshit the American public. Okay. But I think there should be something in place that says, look, if you put something out there, you should be held accountable for it. And it's that simple. If you lie in a court of law, what happens to you?
Right. Yep. And what I was asking is, how much did you actually see in person that was more for social media built? That was all bullshit. In person, we're like, come on, man. Like, you're watching the news and shit. Like, that didn't happen. I see that with my own fucking eyes, right?
I was there. Yeah, I was there. Now, look, I personally grabbed somebody and pulled them off a window. They was up there trying to break the glass. My buddy, John Gauss, John and I were up there. John, he's a firecracker. That son of a bitch. I love him. He went up there, and he grabbed a hold of some dudes and was like, I'm going to thump the shit out of you if you even consider putting anything else through that glass. And I was the same way. Again, a history nerd, not just getting away from how stupid it is to do something like that in the first place. Why would you want to destroy something like our nation's capital? Why would you want to do something like that? I don't think that any freedom-loving American who was there, who was actually a true patriot, had anything to do with that. I do think there was Antifa there. I do think there were some George Soros paid folks there. I heard some things with my own ears that really raised some questions about that. But this show isn't for conspiracy theories. But I can tell you that, the people there that were waving the flags, man, I've never seen so many people in my entire life in one place. My mind was blown, and there was nothing but smiles on their faces. They were happy to be listening to the president speak. And then once we got up to the Capitol, everything changed. So
true.
What that was, I don't know.
To touch on your subject, this is where I'll get a bunch of fuck me's to me, talking about destroying stuff. I don't believe in destroying statues. I live in the South. These Confederate statues being destroyed and shit like that. We talked about history with the history books. This is where people, you're knocking all this fucking monuments and shit down, right? You don't have to.
History.
You don't. The whole point is, you're not gonna fucking learn if you don't fucking see it, right? So you're knocking all this shit down. When I do the graves and shit in the cemeteries, we get shit on all the time. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna take a shit on all those Confederate graves. Well, why would you do that? Why would you even say that when we're trying to do the right thing? Yeah, you don't believe in it, but there's a part of history that you could fucking learn, right? So that's the point of what we do.
The United States government recognizes Confederate soldiers as United States veterans.
Right. So you're knocking all the monuments down in the South. So how the fuck is anyone going to learn? I mean, shit happened here. War happened here in the South and the North. I mean, you have to fucking go to these places. Gettysburg, up north. You ain't fucking knocking anything down there, right?
Oh, there would be a lot of people with guns preventing that from happening. I saw that too. I was there for that.
So, I mean, if you're going to rip all
who was that? Somebody made a threat. Somebody made a threat to do the same thing. They're going to try to tear down these Confederate monuments at Gettysburg. There were thousands of 3%ers, and they showed up with guns. Now, look, I'm going to go on record and say this: I am a freedom-loving, Second Amendment, gun-toting, patriotic American. I believe that you have the absolute right to keep and bear arms. But you also have to be smart about it, and don't be a dumbass about it. There's no reason for you to be walking around Gettysburg with ARs and shit like that thrown over your back and your shoulder and fully cocked and locked with mags loaded. I think that was over the top. Okay. Yep. Having a strong presence there. Okay. You want to wear your full battle rattle. You wear full battle rattle. Okay. You want to have a sidearm. That's good. All right. Have a presence there. Your sidearm is going to do just as much to deter something as that AR is going to do. So be smart about it. I don't think it was necessary to have all these guys running around Gettysburg with AR.
It wasn't necessary, but
right. And don't get the terminology mixed up and start arming bears either, because that wouldn't be good. Because I mean, they're dangerous enough as it is.
Yeah, we're all afraid of fucking Yogi.
Oh yeah, seriously.
Hey, boom! I'm going to blow his head off.
Could you imagine Tigger with a gun?
Oh, God.
I am glad we had this conversation because, like I said in the beginning, if you're just tuning in now, I wanted Dustin to realize, and he was actually showing us that we are a paranormal network, and we want to kind of steer away from that.
Right. Once again, not getting rid of anybody that's already here.
Right.
No, of course not.
Love
I love.
We want to build on the non-paranormal too.
Yeah, this is supposed to be Variety Entertainment Network, and this, that's what attracted me to you guys. Look, I've been here with you guys from the very beginning of BB3.
Yes, you have.
Yep.
We've been through some thick and thin over the last year, but I'm still here, and it's because I love you guys. I think you have great vision. I'd love to see what you guys can do with this network together as a team. And I think there's opportunity here to really turn this into something that's great. But again, people have opinions, and that's fine. You can have your opinion. If you don't like talking politics, simply move on past my show. You don't have to watch it. You don't have to watch it.
Hit that comment real quick while Dustin's talking. Sorry, Dustin.
What is
Well,
we actually been doing that. We, with the dog rescue thing, we did a show. Cooking. We want a cooking show.
Mm-hmm.
Historical. Yeah. Well, I have been not doing live videos, but I have been putting my links to my YouTube videos up on BB3 for quite some time now. Actually, they're just not getting very much movement for whatever reason. I tried to guilt people into watching them, it didn't work.
Yeah, but Tom, at the same time, William's right. So he's saying he wants to see these programs on BB3 TV. Now these programs are kind of already here. Why? We have about a 6,000 reach. where are all these viewers at with 6,000 people that's watching us? Where are they? Why aren't they sharing? What do we need to do to get the 2,000, the 3,000? 500 views a show is great. 1,000 views a show is great. Why isn't everybody sharing the shit out? What's wrong?
I mean, first of all, you have to ask people to do it sometimes. So you got to make sure you're actually asking them, hey, if you guys can, please hit that like and share button. Get it out there.
Every time.
People need to be told sometimes. People need to be, hey, reminded that, hey, you can do this, and it really does help the algorithm. You know, hey, go to Off the Cuff with Dustin Heisey on YouTube. Smash that subscribe button. Ring that notification bell so you never miss a video when I go live. You know, hey, these are things that you have to do. Tom's like, slice up.
We should be in the news every night with every show, whether you like it or not, because there's somebody for everybody, you know?
Yeah.
DeCesare.
There's going to be. Oh, DeCesare is great. But right now it's paranormal. And maybe we need to focus on getting some more stuff in here to make sure it's not just that.
Right.
Other people have all sorts of interests. But you know what? Can you sit down literally and just watch paranormal like straight through all day? No. You get bored with it because it's the same regurgitated bullshit.
That's what I said earlier. It's the same shit over and over.
It is.
Now let's talk about this, because what BB3 is actually doing. Now everyone kind of has a role. So Dustin's a host and shit like that. Tom Nally's an owner. Taryn's an owner. I'm an owner, but I'm also going to start generating BB3 TV movies. So I'm going to be working more there. So you won't see Real Talk with Dom as much anymore. Everyone's happy about that now.
Trisha, we know.
And when I do come back, I'm not going to do all paranormal. It's just the same shit over and over. It's the same conversation. I'd rather promote bands, shit like that. Paranormal every once in a while. You know
what I like to do? I like to talk to the folks. Sure. What do you people watching want to see? What can we do for you guys to make our network better, so that you'll watch, you'll like and share the videos, and you'll support the content creators.
Even if you're watching the replay, still comment.
Well, the first film is a documentary, and it is going to be a ghost hunt. But however, though, I'm going to send the footage to everybody on BB3 TV. Well, it's what I do, bro. So, and then we're actually going to do short films. So what we're doing is like maybe 10 short films by January time. Next January, we're going to have like 10 short films just as tests. But the first one is going to be the documentary. So everybody in BB3 will have a chance to have a voice in it. So Dustin, here's etc. Dustin might say, well, that's horse shit what you just heard in that room. It could be this. Can you go back and check? So everybody will be in the documentary as far as a BB3 member. Everybody. New and old. Monica.
Hey, we do exist during the daylight hours. And if you watched my YouTube videos, you would see me in the daylight. I'm just saying.
I don't think she knows about your Tom's World.
YouTube.com/This Is Tom's World. All one word, no punctuation, no spaces, no hyphens, no nothing. This is Tom's World. Go subscribe.
You should go watch that, Monica. He's got a great channel. We both subscribed to your channel at the same time. She's subscribed.
Good.
She didn't ring the notification bell because
that's important. That way you get notified as soon as new content goes up.
So I was doing a show a few months back, and Patricia McDowell, if she's still here, a near-death experience show would work all the time. What are you laughing at?
She said I'm talking about the shininess on Dom's dome.
I got no hat here, Monica. My bad. My astigmatism's real bad today. That's why I got the black shades on. So all the lights are bouncing. That's why I wear them. Black.
I smell a segue.
Yes.
All right, Patricia, I have a question for you. You're here a lot. I see you on a lot of different shows. I've even seen you on my show, and I appreciate that. In your opinion, okay, just one voice. What do you think we could do at BB3 to make this a better platform for viewers like you? I'm waiting to hear this with bated breath.
Thank you for saying that.
We're gonna wait.
Yeah,
stop having that Tom guy on all the shows.
But what we're gonna do, there's a segment that Tom called out.
Not the other.
Patricia McDowell. No, that's Monica. That's why astigmatism and light make the halos go crazy. So you get it. That's why I got the shades on. However, though, there is a segue with that, with black shades, as Tom called out. So I am branching out. We created BB3 TV about a year ago. BB3 will be 1 year old She said, let me think.
Year.
I love Tom Springer. All right. So Tom Springer is stuff I've never learned in a school book. Patricia, go a little bit more into detail. Not about Tom Springer, but why BB3 is important to you. If you can.
Her comment's relevant. Tom,
it is.
Tom
does.
He carries himself a certain way. He does certain things, different than all of us. And he has a great personality. He's just a nice person to listen to and talk with.
Now I got a question for Patricia on top of that. Have you watched Willow?
And just on kind of late.
Yeah. People that have passed that are here to talk about you. All right. So that's a near-death experience. That's what my mom's talking about. That's a good thing. And we started doing that. Dustin, you jumped in. Patricia McDowell was actually a guest on my show about the near-death experience, which her story, she's actually one of my favorite guests that I've ever had on in the year I've been doing this shit.
Near-death experience is fascinating.
Yeah. See,
there's a gentleman that I've been after for quite a while now. His name's Aaron. If you're seeing this, Aaron, I'd really, really love to get you on the show at some point because your story is incredible. We talked for hours. I just really want to get his story out there, but he's got a lot of things going on at one time. So it's he's got to focus on getting some of that stuff wrapped up and done. He's writing a book, but I cannot wait to get him on our show. You guys are going to really appreciate
this guy. On. Yeah, get him on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'll definitely appreciate him. But.
The reason I had brought that up, asking Patricia McDowell, is why she likes BB3 TV. She had once said that she feels like she's a part of the family, that she gets to watch. That's why I kind of want the comfort zone that anyone who watches us, Tom and I had said it on the last live we did, that when you put follow and like to us, it doesn't mean you're a follower. It mainly shows that you're family now. And that's what we want to show every time for a BB3 member ever watches our show, like you're part of the family. That's why we put comments up. You're a bigger part of the show than we are. Without you, we're not shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're just people.
Well, we cease
to
be pointless. Yeah, we cease to be pointless if we're not providing you with some value in our content. Then there's really no reason for us to be here.
Very true, and that's why I asked Patricia, because she's always here, and Nighthawk is always here too as well. Monica too. I know.
Look, Gretchen watches every single one of my shows.
Well, she had said thank you, Dom, for for what we're doing tonight. And Gretchen, 100%. Like Dustin's word needs to be heard from here on out. So you are off the cuff now. You do what the fuck you want. I can really
be off the cuff now, huh?
We're not gonna hold you back. Politics, whatever the fuck you want to do. All right.
Tom's down there like, what the hell did we
just do? Here's what I'm saying about this. There will be politics in BB3 now with Dustin. If you don't like it, don't watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up.
Yeah, look, and again, my approach to politics is not typical. Okay, like I said, yes, I am a conservative. But I personally believe that, every single person has a voice. Doesn't matter which side of the aisle you're on, okay? I don't care if you dislike or dislike Donald Trump. It doesn't mean shit to me. What is worrying about the past going to do anything for our future? Nothing. Okay, this is a move forward from here type deal. We have to be looking forward, and we have to be thinking of creative ways to save this nation, because we are in deep shit. Not just because Joe Biden's a puppet or he belongs in a geriatric facility. That's just a personal opinion. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay.
Like I said, it's off the cuff now.
I'm just saying that together as a unified people, we need to get away from the shit slinging that we're so used to in politics. And look, it's okay to disagree, and in those disagreements, if we can just grind it out and get to the bottom of why we're disagreeing on this in the first place, setting our fucking egos aside, okay.
Dustin?
We can create a better world. I mean, a world. I'm not talking about a nation, a better world.
See that? There you are.
Well, hey, I'd love to have you on, brother. And we'll talk about
something. Do it.
Patricia said she likes what William has to say. What are you talking about?
Just everything that William has to say throughout the comments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, he's been a very big contributor, and I appreciate that. He watches my show from time to time, and he's a
I
good
don't know where
contributor.
Everybody's.
Nighthawk, I don't know where you came from. If you came from Tom Springer or just a random person that found BB3 TV, but I tell you what, we all appreciate you. I promise you that.
We appreciate everybody that watches the show. If you take your time out of your day to spend time with us, I appreciate that. And that's why I want to do the best that I can possibly do and create the best content for you. One of the things that you can guarantee with me, I'm not gonna fluff it up. I'm not here to inflate my own ego. I really just care. I genuinely care about what's going on. I really want to see people live fulfilled and happy lives. You know, I have some videos up on TikTok. I only just started doing this. I really want to inspire people to be the best version of themselves. You know, people don't realize that the thoughts that you think on every single day you wake up and the first thing you think of is, I'm going to have a bad day. You can guarantee that's going to happen. Manifest. But if you can force yourself to start thinking, I am beautiful, I am intelligent, I am energized, I am this, I am a money magnet, if you want to talk about manifestation, you know. But the idea is that if you affirm to yourself on a daily basis, and it only takes 20 days of doing this for you to see significant change, make those positive affirmations to yourself, because you are a very uniquely beautiful individual. I don't care if you and I don't agree. Look, I mean, I still love you. All right. So, I love Chaos. Chaos hates my guts, but I love Chaos. Chaos is a unique individual. Okay. We might not agree. We might not agree, but you know what? He's a good dude. He's doing what he's got to do. But
Chaos hates your guts, whatever.
People need to stop focusing so much on the negative, you know, aspects of life, and realize that we are only on this planet, this beautiful freaking planet, for 5 minutes. Okay. We're only here for 5 minutes. And if you waste one of those minutes, you're never going to get that time back.
Right.
And
Gretchen, I agree with you, by the way. So everybody repeat after me, even in the comments. Okay? Dustin, you're going to go second. Tom's going to go
Dustin, you're going to go second. Tom's going to go.
Okay? No.
Well, I'm sorry. I was reading. I didn't hear any, but what?
I am beautiful. Now you.
I am a sexy beast.
Now you.
I am okay.
Now the comment section. Everyone manifest that. Yeah, you're beautiful.
Say something positive about yourself.
Yeah.
You know, you guys might see a mess, but I'm going to show you something. Okay. If my cord can reach, hold on. I can't do it. Hold on. Yeah, it ain't going to work. Okay. I'll tell you what. I'll take a picture of it. I'll try to. Hold on. All right, ain't gonna work. Too much shit hanging on it. I have a board that's literally sitting beside my desk, and it is a list of affirmations. It just goes right down. I'll take a damn picture. We'll do it this way.
Do it.
And this is something that my wife and I do on a daily basis. At least I try to get her to do on a daily basis.
See, I started my morning up like I was a prick this morning. I was. I'm bootylicious. I love it. See, keep it going. Manifest that.
I am bootylicious. Can you see? Will that focus?
I mean, we can see a lot of writing. Just can't read the words, but
can't read what it is.
No.
All right, here. She moved it. You see this? I am happy. I am healthy. I am wealthy.
Right there too.
Yep, that's my wife, and
What's
she's beautiful.
happening?
They say, but see, look, it says you are a powerful creator. You are magnetic. You are a powerful magnet, and you have the power inside you to create the life of your dreams. Believe, and it will be true. And then, look, that's the kind of stuff that I say to myself every day.
That's positive. I love it. Monica, we love you too. Jump in the show right quick if you want. You're always welcome.
They said they love you.
She knows that, though.
She does know that.
So, hi.
Welcome to the studio.
Welcome on a line. That's really cool that you guys have that on a board. It's I am real. I am wonderful. I am the shit. I'm a dick.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
I'm just showing you that I practice what I preach. I'm not just out there saying shit just to say it.
Put that up for Gretchen. Gretchen says, I am beautiful. I am enough. I am worthy of everything I deserve. You goddamn right you are.
I'm starting to feel like Stuart Smalley because I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and gosh darn it, people like me.
Yo, honestly,
gosh darn it, I certainly do.
Need encouragement. Honestly, they should bring themselves up. I mean, I put myself down a shit ton. Honestly,
Too
I'm
much.
my worst fucking enemy. I really
Too
am.
much.
Yeah,
Too much.
I mean, but the thing is, you try to please. You try to be the best you can, and you know, I was a dick.
Don't hang everything you believe about yourself on other people's opinions. See, that's what you do.
Yep.
That's what you do. I used to care about what anybody thought about me. I did. Listen. Nobody on the planet cared more about what somebody thought about me than I did. Okay, and truth be told, I don't give a shit if you don't like me. I mean, that's not why I'm here. That's not my purpose in life. Is not, to make you like me. Okay, if I can motivate you, if I can make a positive impact in your life with you still not liking me, then I've done my job. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and that's it.
Now, here's the thing, Dustin. I have to say on that too. So Tom knows this. I could be the biggest asshole in the world. And I am. But however, though, you know that too, Dustin.
Sarcasm.
In everything I do in BB3 TV, I care about what everyone thinks because they watch, they follow us, they take their time out to enjoy what we do. So I give two fucks about what they think. That's kind of where the asshole part of me comes out, where it's like, yeah, I can get nasty with people at times when needed because I give a shit what people think. If I didn't give a shit about what people think, we wouldn't have 6,000 people watching us.
I agree. To a certain to a certain degree, I agree.
Yeah.
I what the hell's happening? I'm sorry.
It's like today, I was with my studio group because they already did BB3 wrong in the past, and I'm already voting for somebody, so I went after them. Tom knows all about that. That's the first thing I told him. I said, "Good morning, Tom. By the way, I went after this group."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I started my day. I don't care.
That was my first cup of coffee. It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, moral of the story is, guys, we love everybody who really takes the time out of their day to spend some time with us. And I personally can say, from my aspect of my show, I really do appreciate it very much. And I can't grow if y'all aren't helping me to do that. Same with everybody here at BB3 TV. From content creators alike, we should, as a network, we should all be helping each other. I've done it. I mean, I've shared people's shows out. I've done this and that, and I'll continue to do that. But, it doesn't get reciprocated.
It's annoying, actually, to be honest with you, like looking from the outside, like it gets annoying. How many times are you going to share everyone's show when they're not doing the same shit for you? All hosts aside. I mean, think about that. Right. We could build in a way. Everyone shares, likes, follows, and enjoys, right? Seems nobody does that. But everything is starting to take place right now where like people are starting to get the point. April is a huge asset to BB3 TV. I love her. She's
awesome.
She has fucking promoted us like you wouldn't fucking believe. Taryn, fucking DeCesare, Willow going crazy on this shit. Everyone is finally understanding that this is a company that everyone loves each other, and we will build strong.
Mm-hmm.
We are 1 year almost, guys. 1 year. March 22nd, BB3 TV is 1 year old. Look at what we accomplished. We failed, and we came back fucking strong.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta fall before you. I mean, it's all part of the learning process, especially if it's something that you've never done before, which neither one of us have ever done this before. And when we started off, it was basically just the two of us.
Look at that. I get it. It just started with you and I, Tom. You and I. And we weren't even joking. We were like, fuck all these other companies and shit. We're doing shit for them. We're promoting them constantly. And why can't we do it? Is pretty much what we said. And we did it.
It's funny. I belong to a network that I won't mention, that I had to pay to be a part of. I had to pay to be a part of that network.
Right.
And
which we will never do.
I'm like, wait a second. This doesn't seem right to me. I mean, I understand that there's overhead, but if you are a network, you technically should be paying to bring quality content to your platform.
Especially when you want to play those commercials and shit with the rainbows and everything. Like, honestly, if you're gonna pay that money, you have to be paid as a host. We don't ever. Sorry, I did say that live. So there's nothing about
you
it.
did.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong about it. I'm just saying I used to pay too, and I'm cool with everyone there. But in reality, when you learn a business, as far as being a host, you do not want to be taken advantage of in any kind of way. Not that they were, but
we work hard enough to create our content. First of all,
sure,
we work hard to put together a good show.
Right.
Yeah.
So my apologies. I just said that out loud, but I mean, I get what he's saying because I was aggravated. I spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars almost for nothing when I was being promoted for nothing. And that's when we started our own network. Not that I have anything against it. It just pisses me off. I played all those commercials I played was something that I that was no part of my show, you know, and I got nothing back from it but a bill.
Right.
So
that's the same.
And it's how I fucking feel.
You know, I mean, I'll spend money on obviously my studio setup. This has cost me a lot of money. You know, I'm willing to invest in my show. I am. But there's also, if I'm paying for something, and then I'm going to have control over it as much as I possibly can if I'm paying for it. If you're paying me, then I'll stop talking about politics if you want me to stop talking about politics, but you're not paying me.
Well, my mom said I need to buy bottom before we grow, so give me her phone number and how much.
She meant hit bottom. She meant hit bottom.
How you mistype hit and it becomes buy,
right.
But
well, whatever.
Those keys aren't even near each other.
I thought I was gonna have a good Sunday. Why not get advertised to pay? Continue to improve studio equipment. Well, that's the thing. All right, so William, let me explain something to you. All right, so anything we go, we had 11 vendors. We only have 3 or 4 now. Tom and I fired pretty much everyone in sight. All vendors coming in, we are going to get money that's going into a credit card that's within BB3 TV. If anyone here needs editing software, any kind of advertisements, they could pull that money out of that credit card as long as they put it back. However, though, like some of this money is also going to a vacation for the hosts that we're all putting in so we could spend time together. This way, we're not just locked into this fucking computer. We want to spend time. We want to break bread. We want to enjoy lunch and have a beer with each other and shit like that as a family. Wow. So there will be money generated in BB3 TV now, especially try to make films. It costs a lot of money to make films, and we will make this fucking thing happen because we don't want to be just in this whole broadcast of a whole bunch of podcasts of like, oh yeah, they're just hosts. No, we have movies and shit now too. We want you to enjoy us as entertainers. That's what we're working on right now.
I'm actually working, and again, I haven't really told anybody this stuff. So
thanks, bro.
I'm working on a couple of different things. One of the things is I actually want to get into a studio where I can have people come in and we can do face-to-face, not this just virtual stuff anymore. So I'm going to expand the studio, and expand the sound equipment. We're do the whole thing, but this is a process. And then I'm also going to start stretching it out to getting out into the field, and we're going to do some other stuff. It's really exciting.
You need to do that because we need to expand. As you saw, when I came back the other night, I had Sarah right here next to me in person. So a lot of my guests, what I'm going to start doing now is going to be in person. I'm so sick of this horse shit here. I'm going to fix all this. The dollars are going on another side because I'm not going to do much more paranormal. I'm going to focus on, the interaction, the intimacy between, think about this. The way I say the intimacy and the interaction with somebody. Sarah wants a shit ton of votes, right? So she could get in the H magazine. Now, without you getting to know her personality, she's just another link and another share and another vote. But you get to see her interact with me and her get to talk to you. Doesn't that make more sense?
It's always better to create the personal touch.
Right.
It's always better to really, it's more of a tangible experience. Look, this virtual stuff has its place. It's great. I mean, I can have a great interview with somebody who's in Ireland, who it's just not, feasible for somebody to come over to sit in my studio for an hour, to shoot the shit and then turn around and have to fly back or whatever. So, I mean, this does have its place and it's a great platform and I'm grateful for it. But I do really want to start expanding. I really want to have that more personal interaction with people. And again, when I start really talking about politics, I want to have people come on my show who are influencers in the political world. You know what I mean? And really, I want people to get a chance to know them. I want people to get a chance to know me because you're going to see me. You're going to hear my name, and it's going to be it's It's going to happen.
Well, the only way to do it is to load the gun and shoot, dog. You know, like you just got to do it.
Right. Well, but see, I'm not going to be one of these people who go off half cocked. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to know, not just know. Okay, if I'm going to support an ideology, I'm going to have researched it. I'm going to have personal feelings invested in it. And it's something that I'm going to believe in. Like farmers, why are we not making farmers billionaires in this country? Because we can't survive without them.
They can't even fucking eat nowadays. Why they're poor, I don't understand. Don't even get me started on that.
Nobody that is out there farming their land, okay, or producing, milk farmers, dairy, agriculture, this stuff. You want to stimulate the United States and stop sending money to people who don't want to work. Give it to the farmers, right? And the people who are working the ground in this country, okay, in this country. And let's start focusing on, homegrown organic, farming and things like that. And I think some of the, there are some restrictions on farming that, that should be lifted. I don't want to hurt the environment. I don't want that. Here's things that we can do. Again, a co-op of people who know what the fuck they're talking about should be sat down at a table, and the conversation should be had. What can we do as the United States government to, one, create a better atmosphere for you, to make sure that you're getting what you need as a farmer, okay, that we're not stealing your land, okay, for eminent domain bullshit. We're doing everything that we can to make sure that you are successful.
Sure.
And now the farmers, it's more important. They can make millions of dollars by selling their land to developers. What reason do they have? What reason are we giving them to not do that? Let's figure this out. This is something that we need to work on.
Yes, there's something that I always that I talk to people about when we talk about hunger. Like you're talking about farmers and people eating and shit like that and work. Farming wise, India. So there's a spot in India that all the farmers come together, and at the end of the night, they eat the naan bread and rice. Everybody has a fucking meal to eat. Why the fuck are we here, pushing people away, who don't have nothing to eat? We're talking about a poor country. We're a poor country too, as of right now, kind of. But they make sure
morally poor.
Right. They make sure that everyone has food in their stomach. I know we're talking about fucking India right now. Literally, rice and bread, and water, a cup of water. But they eat and they have something to drink. How the fuck can't we feed people here?
It's money, capitalism, it's egos. It's all it comes down to.
Bullshit.
You know what? I deliver. This is going to make you fucking sick. Okay, I'm a delivery driver. I deliver eggs and milk. Okay, to places like Restaurant Depot, like big supply chains. Okay, big produce companies, and I have to tell you something. I have been witness to some of the most grotesque waste of food that you could ever imagine. I'm talking about 100-yard dumpsters with food just thrown away. Because instead of just giving, now there's a backside to this. Now just bear with me and let me finish this, okay? There's a backside to this, all right? They could have given tons of food away without having it thrown in dumpsters. But you know what the problem is? The problem is you've got people out there that are so goddamn money hungry, okay? And if one person gets sick off of that food that they donated, they turn around and sue the company.
Sue them.
Then they have to close the doors. So it's a double-edged sword. We've created the atmosphere. So what we have to do is we have to create protections. All right. If somebody is donating food out of the kindness of their heart, then they should be protected. However, if it's found that they have deliberately poisoned food, then they should be, drawn and quartered and public.
Yeah.
This is something I'm not going to mention any names. I could get fired for it, but I work in a hospital. I see so much food fucking that we have to throw away. I mean, we're talking an entire pig I had to throw away. Like down there in dietary. I see everything. Buckets and buckets and buckets and buckets of food fucking gone in the dumpster. And it's disgusting. I mean, farmers, all the carrots and shit, all that shit is fucking gone to waste. When this shit could be delivered to the communities and shit for people who can't fucking afford nothing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sign a waiver. I'm not going to sue you if I get the shits, but at least I get something in my system. I know fucking family members right now, not family, but friends that are fucking family to me, that could barely fucking put food on their plate. And I'm watching all this fucking food go in the dumpster at the end of the night. You know how much money is being wasted, within that structure? You know what that pig costs?
Billions.
And and that's what I'm saying. Where the fuck all this money coming from that it's going right in the garbage can? The fuck are you doing?
I'm not going to mention the place that I saw this at. It was upstate New York. I delivered to this place. There was a 100-yard dumpster. It was a long, big dumpster. And they were throwing large boxes of chicken, large boxes of pork and beef, large quantities into this dumpster because they had a problem with their freezer. All right. Now look, recognize the problem. We just had a problem. And here's what's going to happen. We know that if this doesn't get fixed, there's a time limit on this and we're going to have to toss this shit. Okay. We know that we have this much time. Why wouldn't you be forward thinking enough to say this could feed thousands of people in this community? All right. We're going to call up the food banks all over the place. Guys, we're about to lose this food. We have a freezer that's down. Come and get it. All right. Now, before it goes bad, okay, and get it into your freezers and feed people.
Dude.
We've got to create protections for people that do that. That's one of the things that has to happen in Congress.
It's true. I mean, my mom had brought up the other day. She goes, "You wonder why hospital bills are so high?" And said, "Not just because of medical, but I mean, just because of the fucking waste of just the nutrition that just goes right to the fucking dumpster." I mean, we're talking gourmet meals, turkeys and chickens, roasted chickens, lasagnas, like fucking. There's chefs down there cooking, world traveling chefs. No kidding. They paid to be there. They make a shit ton of money. Promise you that. And they're making these high-dollar foods for everyone. You know how much is generated in that hospital in one day for probably just breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and that just goes right in the fucking trash can.
It's sad.
That sucks, dude.
Not that I want to hinder on the conversation, but I do personally have to get going because I've stayed here for over an hour, and I only said I was going to be here for like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, you did. You did good.
I stayed for the sake of the network, man.
No, you did good.
Because you have something to contribute.
Well, yeah. Sometimes, I mean, it's been.
I'm not going to stay much longer anyway, but I feel like this was a good conversation, and we got it out in the waters that BB3 is going to expand.
Yeah.
Dustin is no longer confined, and we personally, I'll say this: I apologize for even thinking that we handcuffed you a little bit because. We were looking out for the sake of a network, but at the same time, I didn't want to fucking corner you either. So at the same token, welcome back to BB3, and you fucking do your thing, bro. If you don't like fucking off the fucking cuff, don't watch it. Straight up.
There you go.
I mean, that's what it comes down to. But just know that, understand that what my purpose is on my show is to bring something to you. Okay, the viewer, that you can benefit from. I have no intention of it being a complete shit slinging circus. I don't want that. But listen, I do have strong opinions about Joe Biden running our country. If anybody thinks that he's running our country, your ass is out. He's not. I mean, I'm sorry. He's. I feel bad. I feel like the guy needs to be helped. I feel like he needs genuine help. This is not a guy who belongs running the highest office in the land. There are people that are more qualified that should be doing it.
I got buyer's regret. I can tell you that. How about that?
Say that again?
I got buyer's regret. I can tell you that.
No, you voted for him, did you? Well,
I told you I did.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't put that out. That's not my business to put your personal stuff out there.
I get it, but
now that you mentioned it,
if we're getting to that situation,
there's another hour of show right there.
You know what? I'm not against a Republican. I'm not against a Democrat. I feel like I made a fucking mistake on that one. I know I did.
We all do.
Look,
but here's the thing: comment section. You can say "fuck me" to me all you want. I don't care. The thing is, I know how I feel about it, and I'll never make that mistake again.
And before this conversation jumps off too much, I'm gonna jump off.
No, we're gonna
see what I did there.
Dom, tell me that we got you all. Much love, brothers. We'll support you all and all, no matter. Hey, what we'll do, Tom, don't jump off yet. What we're gonna do is we're all gonna say goodbye together. Okay. Everyone, welcome to BB3 TV. Thank you for being here. Dom and Tom's World. This is Tom's World, off the cuff. Real talk with Dom. Like, share, follow, subscribe, BB3 TV. We all deserve it. And trust me, we work our fucking ass off just to show you good content, and we will keep doing it. So if there's something you want to see on this network, please inbox it. Somebody will answer you.
Yes.
All right. So
and guys, welcome, please, to my new time, Friday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will no longer be doing a live show on Saturdays. It's just cutting way into the time that I have to create another show that I want to do for you guys that you guys are going to love. It's just traveling to, historic places, talking about these things, and, reconnecting you with history, unbiased. There's no politics involved in it. It is just what happened, where it happened, and we'll tell you stories from those locations. I'm super excited to bring that to BB3 TV. But my new show time is going to be Friday, and I will probably go live at other points during the week as news breaks and significant things happen that I feel that we should, but I will not do that while I'm stepping on anybody else's toes. So a thing was mentioned earlier, guys. I don't know if you saw this, but what you should do is put and post a schedule of people's shows when they're coming on. That's a great idea. Nighthawk, that was a great idea.
I actually think Tara did that.
Okay, well, I haven't seen it, and it needs to happen for sure. So that's one of the things we got to get working on. Yeah. But I do sincerely appreciate BB3 TV. I love everybody that's here. Taryn, Dom, Tom, you guys are great. Tom S, you guys, everybody. I forget everybody that's on this network, but I appreciate you, and I'm super thrilled to still be a part of this network. And
we feel the same.
Really going to be doing what I believe in. So
we feel the same way about you, and I mean that from the heart, my brother.
I appreciate you.
All right. BB3 TV, we're all out.